Hey guys, welcome back to the final episode in our Game On series. An important part of having a YouTube or Twitch channel is to brand yourself, making it so that people know who you are just by the unique design of your thumbnails and logos. Today we're going to be using free assets from ProductionCrate.com to create a cool intro inside HitFilm Express. First, we need to download the assets we're going to use. Go to ProductionCrate.com and download the elements listed here. Open up HitFilm Express and start a new project. I'll select the template for 1080p and 60 FPS. Import the ProductionCrate assets by dragging them into your media panel from the File Explorer. Motion graphics are best created in composite shots rather than in the editor timeline, so I'll make one now and set it to 3 seconds long. We'd recommend switching to the compositing workspace. This gives you more room in the controls panel to tweak your settings later. The first asset we use will be the green outward speed lines, so I'll drag that down from the media panel onto the composite shot timeline. It's only 720p instead of 1080p, so it won't fill up the screen. Right-click the footage, transform, fit to frame. I'll smooth this out with the zoom blur effect. Search for zoom in the effects panel, then drag it directly onto the video. In the controls panel, change the strength to your liking. Next up, let's make the Game On logo fly in. It's already in the media panel, so I'll bring that down on top of the green lines layer. In the controls panel for the Game On logo, drop down the transform controls and click the grey circle to the left of scale. This activates keyframes, which is how you animate properties inside HitFilm. At the start of the video, I want the scale to be 0, so I'll type that in. Move forward a second or two and raise the scale back up to 100%. If I play it back, you can see the logo grow from nothing to full size. If you want to adjust the timing of the animation, double-click the property to open it up. These two diamonds are the keyframes. Now I'll animate the rotation to spin in. With my playhead at the very beginning, I'll again activate keyframes for the rotation of the logo layer. You can double click a keyframe to skip directly to it. Move ahead in time and set to 1 times over. I can add a little bounce by having the logo initially overshoot where I want it to end up. Simply move the keyframe you just made a few frames down. Now set the rotation value to 1 times over plus 10 degrees or so. It will rotate to this value, then bounce back to just 1 times over. To accent the logo growing into place, we're going to bring MoGraph Dial Burst 2 onto the timeline. I want to change the color from blue to something that fits with the color scheme. To do this, I can add the hue shift effect to the video layer. In the controls panel, rotate the hue shift dial until the animation is the color you want. Now I'll drag this dial layer under the Game On logo layer so that it appears beneath it. Next up is the subtitle. Go to New Layer, Text, and type your title. Highlight it with Ctrl-A and come into the text panel. I'll change the font and increase the size. Switch back to the selection tool and position the text where you want it to be. For a more in-depth look at text inside HitFilm, click the card on screen now. To make it easier to read, I'm going to add a drop shadow effect to it. You can customize the drop shadow in the controls panel. You can change the angle, distance, opacity, and other attributes to get it looking just right. Instead of animating this text layer to be the same as the Game On logo, I can just parent it. Select this drop down here and then choose the logo layer. The text will inherit all of the scale and rotation animation that you did earlier. Lastly, we'll turn on motion blur for the layers that are moving. This will automatically blur the layers depending on how fast they move. To export this intro, come over to Export Contents. If you're not automatically taken to the export screen, come up to the top and select View, Export. Change the preset for the export to YouTube 1080p and click the output link to specify where on your computer you'd like the file to go. Then click Start Exporting. The MP4 will be saved in the location you specified. For a more in-depth tutorial on exporting, see the card on screen. We'd really love to see the animated intros that you guys create inside HitFilm. Share the links with us in the comments below. And that wraps up our series on how to start your YouTube gaming channel. If you've missed any of the other videos in the series, they can be found right here. Don't forget to enter our prize draw to win an awesome gaming PC courtesy of Armari and AMD. All you have to do to enter is download the latest version of HitFilm Express. Thanks ever so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more HitFilm tutorials.